and today we'll begin with the physical divisions of India. Please switch off your mics. Now, as we were doing, there were basically 6 physical divisions, and out of those, we will first today take up the northern mountain wall, which is also known as the Himalayas. That means we'll be dealing with this portion, this strip till here, all this brown area. These are the Himalayas. Now, see, China, Nepal, and Bhutan are not included in India. That is why we have not colored this area. Otherwise, even this would have been brown. Okay. Now, these are the mountain ranges. These dark brown lines, these are the mountain ranges. Clear? So today, the first physical feature that we will take up is the Himalayas. That means the northern mountain wall. Now it acts as a wall. Why? Because it is not allowing China and other Asian countries to enter India easily. Okay? It is acting as a frontier for India. It is protecting India by standing here. Okay? So let us see. The Himalayas has been one of the most dominant features of India. The word Himalaya means abode of its snow. Please switch off your mic. Now, the meaning of Himalayas. Please underline the meaning of Himalayas. Abode of a snow. That means one which is covered with snow. Okay? Because of the high altitude and lofty peaks are permanently covered with snow and glaciers. Now, why it is called abode of snow? Because the peaks over here, the mountain peaks here are most of the time covered with snow, and there are glaciers. What are glaciers? The big, huge bulk of snow or ice which is floating in water is known as glacier. Okay. The Himalayas are the youngest and the highest fold mountains in the world. Now, the two things that we come to know about Himalayas, they are the youngest mountains. If you see the world, and compare the mountains, you will see that Himalayas are the most recently formed mountains, though they are also of hundreds and years back. Yet they are the youngest among all the other mountains in the world. And the other thing, they are the highest. Now, we know that many of the high peaks are found here, like Mount Everest is here, Kanchenjunga is here. So all the highest mountain peaks are also found in Himalayas. They rise over 8,000 meters above sea level. Now, I will tell you how the sea level is measured. The sea is seen, and above that sea level, whatever landform is there, it is measured from there. They are 8,000 meters high. Okay. The ranges run in the east and west direction along entire northern boundary of India. From west down till east. They are running and they are acting as a boundary for India. Is this much clear? Now, the Himalayas have been divided into 3 distinct parallel ranges. Can you see parallel ranges running? The first one, the second one, and the third one. Can you see the ranges? So these are the 3 parallel ranges which are running. Now, the first one, they are known as the Greater Himalayas or the Himadris. If you see this area, the topmost, this area, these are called the Greater Himalayas. See, it is written also, Great Himalayas. So they are the Greater Himalayas. The other name of these mountain ranges is Himadri. Okay, it is the northernmost range rising to an average height of about 6,000 meters. So they are on the northernmost side. This is north, this is south. So if we take the mountain ranges, they lie in the northernmost side. These greater Himalayas or Himadri, they lie in the northern side. Okay. Some of the highest peaks of the world, such as Mount Everest, which is 8,848 meters, Kanchenjunga, which is 8,598 meters, Makalu, which is 8,481 meters, and Nanga Parbat, which is 8,126 meters, lie in this section. The lofty peaks are permanently snow-covered. Okay, so many great mountain ranges are here. And then there are some lofty high peaks, one among them being Mount Everest, which is in Nepal, somewhere here. Okay, so Nepal, they have the highest known as Mount Everest. Kanchenjunga is here. Okay, then Makalu and Nanga Parbat are other mountain ranges which are found in the greater Himalayan ranges. Clear? Here till here, all these. Okay? And most of the peaks are always covered with snow. Now they talk of the lofty peaks are permanently covered, snow covered. Passes like Shipkila, Lipulek, Jojila, and Nathula are narrow gaps between the high mountains. Now, between the two high mountains, supposing these are two high mountains, these. Now, the place between them, this area, is the pass. Okay? So there are a number of passes found here, and some of them, please underline Shipkila, Lipulek, Jojila, and Nathula. Okay? Now here they give you the highest peaks of Himadri. They have made a list of it. You are supposed to go through it. Everest is in Nepal. After that, it is K2, which is also known as Godwin Austen. Then Kanchenjunga, then Makalu, then Dhaulagiri, then Cho-Oyo, then Nanga Parvat, then Hidden Peak, Annapurna, and Nanda Vedi. Okay, so these are the some important highest peaks of the Himadri range, or the other name is the Greater Himalayas. Then we talk of the second, the B1, the Middle Himalayas or Himachal. Now we know this is the second range. This is the second range. And this mostly lies in Himachal. That is why they are known as, the other name for Middle Himalayas is Himachal. Okay. Now, they have an average height of 3,500 to 5,000 meters. Like the upper ones, the Himadris, the Greater Himalayas have something 8,000 meters height. Okay, 8,000 and 8,000 plus height they have. Whereas the Middle Himalayas, or the other name is Himachal, they are in the range of 5,000 meters to 3,500 meters. Important ranges are the Dhauladhar and Peer Panchal. Now, Dhauladhar, a part of it is of Himadri range also, whereas a little part of Dhauladhar is very good. Talk, keep talking. Switch off your mic at least. All this recording, father hears it. So there are some important ranges of the Middle Himalayas or the Himachal. They are Dhauladhar and Peer Panjal. Underline these names, Dhauladhar and Peer Panjal. Famous hill stations like Shimla, Mussoorie, Nainital, Darjeeling lie in this range. Now you all must have visited Shimla, Nainital, then Mussoorie and Darjeeling. Darjeeling is in this area, Sikkim. Okay. So these are the few hill stations which are here. Okay. Then we talk of the third range, the Shivaliks, which consists of the foothills with an average height of 1,000 to 15,000 meters. They are a chain of low-lying hills made of sand, clay, and rounded stones. This is the southernmost range. The valley in this range is known as dunes. Example, Dehradun. Now, if you see the third range, that is here, it is on the foothills. That means where the hills are finishing. Foot is the feet of the hill. So, as the hills are ending, at the foothills we have Shivalik. Okay, and here there are certain valleys also. Valley, what is a valley? When a high mountain is there, then a very flat land area is known as a valley. Okay, so that area where dunes are there those are known as the valleys. And one of the important valleys is the Dehradun. You must have heard about this place also. So Shivaliks are the third ranges. The mountain ranges here are between 1,000 to 1,500 meters. They are lesser in height as compared to the Greater Himalayas or Himadri and Middle Himalayas or Himachal. Okay. Now the Trans-Himalayas or the Tibetan Himalayas comprise Karakoram and the Kailash range. Now this Tibetan area, here we have the Karakoram range and the Kailash range. Mount Godwin Austen or K2, the second highest peak of the world after Mount Everest, lie in the Karakoram range. So in the Karakoram range, that is the range which is lying closer to and near Tibet. These ranges have some high mountains such as Mount Godwin Austen, or the other name is K2. Now, famous glaciers like Baltoro and Siachen lie here. You all must have heard about it. It's in news also. The Siachen Glacier and the other is Baltoro. So these are the famous glaciers. In the west, the Himalayas are dry and rugged, while in the east, the highlands of Assam are wetter and greener. So here in the western side, they are dry mountains, whereas here they are greener. And you also must have heard about the tea plantation being carried out in Assam, Darjeeling being a very nice tea producer. So they have the tea plantation. These ranges which are in the east, they are greener also. Okay. Then in the northeast, the chain of lower hills comprising Garo, Khasi, Jaintia, Mizo, Lushai, Naga hills are called Purvanchals. So here these hills are known as Purvanchals. And these hills consist of Garo, Khasi, Jaintia, Mizo, Lusai, Naga hills. All these together, they are known as Purvanchals. Okay. पूर्व is east. So Purvanchal यानी कि east का आंचल. So this is the Purvanchal. Okay. Importance of Himalayas. We will quickly read these importance. The Himalayas stand as protective barrier to in the north. The glaciers of Himalayas are the source of permanent rivers of North India. So now these mountains here, they act as a protective barrier. At the same time, they are a continuous supply of water for our country. Why? Because the glaciers are here, and so the northern rivers are continuously filled with water. Permanently, they are filled with water. Then the second thing is the climate of India has been greatly influenced by the presence of Himalayas. The scenic beauty of the Himalayas attract tourists from all over the world. So now they are telling you that the lovely climate of India is greatly influenced because of the presence of these Himalayan mountains. They preserve the climate, they do not allow the wind and the rain to reach China and Tibet. They all get it in India only. That is why northern part gets a lot of rain also, because the Himalayas stop the rain bearing winds to go to the other side. Then they are talking of it attracts tourists. And because of its scenic beauty, scenery is so nice and beautiful that the Himalayas have been a constant source for tourist attraction. Is this much clear to each one of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So we stop here for today. Next, in the next class, we'll take up the second physical
Yes,
feature.
ma'am.
Okay, the second important physical feature, and we'll deal with it. Okay, is it
Okay,
okay
ma'am.
with
Okay,
each one of
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
you? Okay, so we stop here.